Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Into the West Comics. My name is not Frank. I'm here for Cop the Drop or Cop or Drop with the boys. We have a special guest, Barney, that I really would like to start first, but I want to see what all you guys brought for the evening. We're gonna see. I already know I don't like Paul's stuff, so we're good here. Good to see you, Barney. What do you have for the table this evening?
Well, I bring the old stuff. I bring the stuff that, is the things that people, don't really get to see that very often. So
right.
First I'm going to show you, look at this backboard. It's a clear backboard, but, they put it together and they sandwich this little comic book in the middle. So this is a Turtle Mania special, #1.
Oh, wow.
Limited to 3,000. There was actually about 1986 is when it came out. There's another silver version, limited to 300, and the ultra rare gold version was only 10. So yeah, I went for the 3,000 one. This has been on my list for probably 25 years.
Wow.
And I found it at the last Front Row show that you were hanging out with us at. So,
oh, really? Oh, okay.
And Eastman and Laird actually do the whole thing. So it's it's not just Eastman like he did later on. So this one was published right around issue 6 or 7 of the original Ninja Turtles run. But in it, you have a little turtle gallery. So inside of there's actually previews of characters. Little Ninja Turtle pinup they do, with some original characters, and there's some Casey Jones in here. Look at this, Casey Jones going down.
Yeah,
oh, nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's Cerebus is in here, little flaming carrot right in the middle.
That's cool.
Yeah, those are hard
and
to find issues.
some Usagi in here. Here's another pretty sweet little Casey Jones. So
That's
it was just an ash can that they put out, way back then, and it's some unused art panels that are in here too. Donatello preview. But it's just extremely hard book to find, and so it actually goes for right around $300, $300 to $400 for it.
That's
so,
really cool.
But I'm a comic book reader first, so it is what it is. But it's interesting. It was really, really interesting though. So I was happy to to find that.
Right.
The next one I have, not many people know what this exists. Not even people. Most people don't even know what this is. So Savage Dragon and Spawn did a team up in about 1996. And it was Spawn number 52, I think it was, and then it's Savage Dragon number 30. So what happened with it?
It was reflecting.
So what happened with it is Savage Dragon number 30. This is actually the issue, Savage Dragon 30, but this is the newsstand version, as you can see right over here.
Yeah.
A little as seen on TV up in the corner, and it's noted as a #1. So it's Savage Spawn and Savage Dragon #1. But it is actually printing the Savage Dragon. Look at that. Or both of them going down the hill right there. Wow. But this is just one of those extremely ultra rare books. You just don't see it. I mean, I've seen, this is probably the second one I've seen in all of my time in collecting.
Eric Larson?
It's about 100. Yeah, Eric Larson, full art and story.
That's really
but
cool.
It's about $100 value book that, that you can find. But, trying to find one of these is next to impossible.
Hey,
so
tell everyone how you found it.
I don't know how I found it. Oh, you're going to tell me?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Shameless plug.
My brother, so you remember this? My brother Butter we found this at the library show, and he was going through this one booth and he was taking a look at stuff, and he does, he knows what he's looking for, but at the same time he's very much this looks cool, I'm gonna pick this up.
Right.
So he's going through and he's pulls back and he goes like, check out what I got from the little spot over here. So I'm like, let me see what you got, buddy. And in my head I'm like, trash. Oh, this is kind of cool. Trash. Oh, hey, you found one of these? He's like, yeah, man. You know what this is? No, I don't know what it is. Well, it's mine now.
Nice.
What do you mean it's yours? I'm like, you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Give
me that.
So you can't just take it like that. It's like, you have no idea what this is. You just saw Spawn and then you just got it. I was like, I know you. I know what your modum operandi is here, kid.
That's awesome.
So I snatched it from him. Now,
like
to be honest, I do have another one at home, but it's nowhere near as nice a condition as this. And normally I don't really care much about condition. I'm just a collector. I'm just a reader. But in this particular case, then I'll give him the other one.
Yeah,
and
that's
he'll
super
never
cool.
even know.
That's super cool.
Nice.
I love that.
That's
Secret
super
safe
cool.
with us and the internet.
I was like, now there's no secret, but sure, that works out.
But yeah, there's a couple little books. I have the new books. I'm still catching up on reading. And ever since, I had my surgery where I can actually see again, which is amazing in this world. We tell you to see things. I'm getting to catch up on, comic books there when I can. So,
Good.
but, just to be able to, my part in when I'm able to come out here and hang out with you guys and do this is to bring the back issues. You guys have a absolute amazing pulse.
Except for Paul.
On the new stuff that's coming out. And it's an amazing pulse on the new stuff that's coming out.
Good job.
But I'm still catching up to a lot of it. So I just want to show some of the older stuff that I like to come out and enjoy and show the people that maybe they've never seen before.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
There you go.
Much appreciated.
Those were both rad.
Those were really cool. Yeah.
Really cool.
You definitely, for sure, you got cop on the both of those.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Of cop, 12.
Yeah.
Probably a
Absolutely.
12.
Yeah.
I think just the rarity of the Ninja Turtle one was amazing.
Yeah, I like that.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, because
for
they
sure.
didn't do ash cans that often, did they? Back then, I don't think they did.
They just started doing them in the early 80s. And then Image took over, and all of a sudden every series had an ash can.
I feel like everything that Rosenberg ever wrote is ash can.
Pit and Savage Dragon, everything had an ash can. So.
And for those who don't know, the ash can size, it's just a smaller size. They're usually preview size types of comic books that kind of tease what's to come ahead or whatever, but sometimes they'll do like actual full-on issues in that size. So
Dope.
just for those people who don't know.
Marcus, what do you got, bro?
Okay, so I have two that actually I was very excited to read, and I hope you guys will be too. First one is by Tom King. We all know how great he is and how much we love him. He has a new one coming out called Dog Pound.
Animal Pound.
Dog Pound. Yeah, Animal Pound. Dogs and cats. Dogs and cats, and it's basically his modern retelling of Animal Farm by George Orwell.
Oh,
So it is very good. This one is actually it's called an ash can, even though it's not the ash can size. But if you can look inside if you want, it's black and white. It's written very well. It's basically you're in an animal kennel, and you have the dog side and the cat side, and there's a hole in between the two sides, and the cats and dogs are talking to each other. And, you see, one by one, you see this basic issue is a story of a dog who's getting ready to get put down. He's old.
no.
And he has basically this dying like treatise that he's conveying to this cat. And then the cat's like, oh, yeah, whatever. And he plays with his ball of yarn, but some of the cats still remember him. And so they're kind of like rallying. They're using his plight as like a rallying cry to get all the animals together to unite against these oppressive humans in the kennel. It's really good. And the way it's written, you would think you're reading something that's kind of like very like esteemed, because it almost like not Shakespearean, but not with the Shakespearean language. And you see all the art is incredible. If you want to pull that up there. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's all black and white.
Okay.
Is that
Really
cool.
Buddy?
Is that Buddy that's dying?
No, that's another dog.
Okay, cool.
I think that's just
It's cute.
just preview sketches. But you got the cats, and it's great.
Oh, dope artwork.
It's great. Yeah. So it starts in December.
Good looking cat.
Yeah, it starts in December. This is the basically the preview issue that just came out this week, and I would highly recommend you guys check that out.
Okay.
And then my second book is Superior Spider-Man #1.
Let's go.
So Superior Spider-Man's back. We had this Superior Spider-Man issue one shot that came out I think 2 weeks ago, last week or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. And that was basically more or less like a primer, because it really didn't go too far into anything specific. It did set up some characters, and it spent a lot of time of just, Doc Ock. It was a lot of monologue of Doc Ock just talking about what he recalls from being Superior Spider-Man and what he was working on, and a lot of the science and stuff that he was working on at that time. And then in this issue, you get more, Doc Ock, you get more action, and also you get Spider-Boy and Spider-Man in this as well. And what's really cool about it is it seems to be Slott and Bagley. They're all integrating the Spider-Man titles together. It appears. So you have like the Spider-Man title, the main Spider-Man, where Slott and Bagley are working on. Then you have Spider-Boy, which came out, and then you have Spider-Boy and Spider-Man in this book.
Okay.
So they're all kind of intertwined, and it's really good. And essentially, what you have in that first issue of Spider-Man Superior Spider-Man Returns is you have the setup for a villain that Doc Ock created when he was Superior Spider-Man, but the villain doesn't remember who it actually was. So when Doc Ock is not Superior Spider-Man, the villain doesn't know that it's actually so she's thinking it's a female villain. She's thinking that it's actually Peter Parker. So she's going after Peter Parker while Doc Ock is like, go ahead. I love this.
Little mastermind.
Yeah, I can just kind of just sit back and let her take care of my my sworn enemy. Yeah, and then you have a Spider-Boy coming in and saying, "You don't remember me, do you? I used to be your partner." And he's like, he's like, Peter Parker's like, "No, I don't remember you, bro. Like, what's going on?" Because if you guys don't know, Spider-Man #7, where he was debuted, he came out of that Spider-Verse kind of story arc, and he magically appeared in.
Does Spider-Boy have a cool costume design?
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool because every time, like when he kind of morphs, his costume actually morphs and gets like he'll grow different eyes and stuff like that. So it kind of it's kind of a futuristic.
I like different
sort of,
eyes.
Yeah, it's interesting. It kind of goes with him emotionally. It seems like
That's sick.
but there's still more to be set up with him. But it was a really fun. Spider-Boy was also a very fun issue. So I'm excited about this because it's been a while since I've actually enjoyed, outside of Miles Morales, the Spider Family. So
Well, I think that's why I'm gonna go cop on that one, because I trust you. You're not a fan of anything Spider-Man, so
Right.
that sounds pretty cool. I'm going cop on that.
okay.
I'm going cop on that.
Yeah.
I was gonna save Paul for last and just cut the video, but
I'm the one editing it.
Paul, what you got, bro?
So I brought two things today. One is very cool that all of us have kind of been waiting for a while, and that is Superman Warworld Saga by Phillip Kennedy Johnson, with art from Daniel Sampere, Ricardo Federici, Miguel Mendonça, and others. This includes Action Comics 1030 through 1046.
Nice.
The two annuals, the Superman and Batman and the Authority comic that he wrote.
Okay.
It does not include the Grant Morrison, Michael Janin, Superman and the Authority 4-issue miniseries. It does include the 2 or the 3 Future State comics that started it all.
Oh, cool.
The Wars of World 1 and 2 and House of L, that are kind of in the far-flung future of what happened here. Those are included in the back, and it's just really cool to see this, probably, if not one of my favorite Superman stories ever told, collected like this. I think if there was one thing I could say about this that I wish they had included 1029, because there's some stuff in 1030 that is touched on in 1030, but you don't need it. It's not essential they explain it in 1030, but this is just such a cool saga. It really feels like a saga, an epic in the Superman mythos, which we don't usually get nowadays in the ongoing series. And we got that. And I know
thick trade. Hold that up.
Yeah, I know.
Show it. Yeah, that's a thick trade. That's almost like a compendium.
Ooh, good word.
It's missing the 6-issue Superman run that he did in the beginning. The One Who Fell. It doesn't have that. And then it doesn't have everything after 1046, the Return of Kal-El, and after that. But it's the entire Warworld saga, and it's every bit as good as it was the first time I read it, and I'm so excited to have it
really cool.
collected. And like Marcus and I have talked about, I'm not the biggest fan of hardcovers.
Right.
And the fact that it's in the soft cover and it feels easier for me to read made me really happy. Philip posted, and I messaged him and said, is it going to be in soft cover, or is that like a prototype that you have in your picture? And he was like, no, it's going to be soft cover. And he was like, it'll be hardcover eventually. I was like, I'm cool with the soft cover.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But that's very cool, and I just wanted to shout that out. And I'm so glad to finally have this in hand.
Did you say Amazon did you a little dirty or something?
Oh, there's like some dings up at the top of the book and stuff. And it's like superficial. It doesn't really matter. But I was like, it would be nice to not have that happen.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
And the single issue I'm going to talk about this week is Geiger Ground Zero by the iconic team of Geoff Johns, Gary Frank, and Brad Anderson, who you know from Doomsday Clock, Three Jokers, and Superman Brainiac. Those are where you would know and recognize those artists and writers and colorists from. And this is the secret origin of Geiger, there was a 6-issue run. Really fun story. Sometimes with Geoff Johns, I'm like, this is either going to be really good or really out there and kind of boring. Geiger was not. Geiger was very entertaining. Gary Frank always kills it. Brad Anderson's colors go perfectly with Frank. And this is the first of 2 issues in how he became Geiger. You see it in the Geiger story, but you don't know the particulars.
Right.
And this is the particulars here. He's the glowing man who he burns everything he touches. He can live in the wasteland. And he has these kind of boron sticks, which by the end of the Geiger run, he doesn't need. But you see how he gets them and how he becomes what he is, or you know him as in the Geiger run. And it's very cool. These books are so cool. Like the way Geiger just looks and his power set
design is awesome.
are so cool that as long as the story is there and outlined, it doesn't matter. And I think this has the doctor who you see as a headstone by his bunker in Boulder City, because in this timeline or in this universe, the whole world had been bombed in 2030. And it's really compelling, honestly.
Yeah,
so I want people to read the
set here in Las Vegas,
Boulder
area.
City, Las Vegas. It's
I
kind
was
of
going to
funny.
ask. I was waiting for you to finish talking. I was like, wait,
It's-
like Boulder City?
It's
Boulder
kind
City?
of funny sometimes because you
Yeah.
look at it and you're like, this is clearly like I live here. Right.
Right.
That's not Boulder City and that's
Right,
not
right.
Vegas, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
There's some pre-bombing Boulder City stuff where I'm like, that's not really what Boulder City looks like. But
It's like nice.
it's literally nice.
It's like nice.
But
Shout out Boulder City.
This doctor who helps him is maybe the doctor who created the nukes that Russia used on America in this story, and he
man.
wants to redeem himself in some way, shape, or form. And it was a lot of fun to kind of see the origin.
Does it pick up from where the last story series?
No, this is
ended
set
up?
before.
This is set. Okay,
This
that's
is
good to
set
know.
before he is able to control his power, before he can be his regular bodied self. This is
Okay.
before he runs into the 2 kids. This is before, spoiler alert, don't listen to this if you want to read it, before he knows his family isn't there anymore. This is
Okay.
well
Okay.
before then.
Okay.
And it's
Cool.
very, very cool. Very enjoyable.
That's
Yeah,
compelling.
and it's going to
a
be 2
prequel.
issues.
It's pretty not cool of you to spoil the comic that you're doing for New Comic Book Day, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You suck, man. So I really don't want to like those, but they seem kind of chill. So
I have to say, and this might help change your mind. Before the 6-issue miniseries, there was an 80-page giant.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
that came out, and in it there was a cat, and on the cover it says the cat, the secret origin of Barney.
yeah.
Hey, girl.
okay.
That always grabbed me. So I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh,
It's
I'm
it's,
getting
it's,
this.
it's,
Pausing
it's
for
a dog.
effect.
The dog's name
Dog,
is Barney.
sorry, yeah, dog. It was
Yeah.
a dog.
the 3-headed dog.
The 2-headed
Oh,
dog.
2-headed
yeah.
dog. Yeah. That's a cool.
All right.
Secret origin
I mean-
of Barney.
And
So
that
now you'll
shows how
cop.
he met that dog. But yeah.
I mean, if he didn't bring them, I would like want to comp them more. But
We're
Nice.
running,
Okay.
we're running short on time. Player, go ahead and
I
cop
think-
or drop.
I think I'll cop those. I think I'll
Okay.
cop those. Frank, what do you have, brother?
Frankie, baby.
All right, I'm always going Fast and Furious when I get to my part there.
Oh man.
World's Finest Teen Titans, Mark Wade.
Fire.
Yes.
Crazy cover.
Coming to an end.
Yeah, I love
Chris Samney on there. It's I think Mateus Lopez as well
He needs to
is doing the
yes,
coloring. It's been a 6-issue limited series, really good storytelling. I'd love to see anything Mark Wade wants to do as far as the World's Finest universe. I'd like to see him pick a character and just do a 6-issue limited series. I would pick it up.
Well-
I've enjoyed this storytelling.
Jason Aaron's action when it picks up in January is going to tie in with his World's Finest issue.
Oh wow.
It's going to tie into that. And also, I was going to mention, speaking of Jason Aaron, at the end of this issue, Sonny, they give a little 4 to 6 page preview of the first Jason Aaron Batman story that he's doing with Mankey, I think, starting
Mankey,
next
really?
year.
Ooh,
So they do like a
okay.
little 4-page
Interesting.
preview of that at the end of this issue. Also wanted to shout out Batman. I'm doing my Paul impersonation. This
I was
week.
gonna say, dude.
I'm going heavy Batman.
These are
this
usually
week.
what I do, yeah.
Batman's new storyline, really creepy lead into this. Zdarsky's been killing it on Batman. Has been a great story. This great start to this story. It's the Mind Bomb arc is what it's being called. And just playing head games, man. And a familiar foe of Batman is on his way back.
Mr. Freeze.
Also wanted to mention beginning in January, all the backup stories for Batman. It's like 140, 141, and 142. There's going to be backup stories about the origin of the Joker, written by Zdarsky. So he's calling it Joker Year One.
Yes.
That's going to be taking place in those 3 issues. Those will be all the backup stories consecutive months. So looking forward to that as well.
Wonder if he's going to like borrow heavily or write around the Alan Moore stuff, the Killing Joke stuff.
Yeah, because all we got from there was him living in a trailer park, a wife.
He definitely will. Yeah.
Might contrast the 3 Jokers thing. We don't know.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We're going to mention also coming up December 2nd, if you guys don't have plans, or even if you do, make this part of your Saturday.
Figure it out.
Head on down to the Centennial Hills Library December 2nd from 11 to 4. Shimpson's Comics will be doing a pop-up event, and your boys at Into the West Comics will be represented as well. We're going to be hanging out over there. Marcus will be there, give free high fives and hugs. And I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Relax. So anyway, we'll be there from 11 to 4, December 2nd. Shut up. December 2nd, Centennial Hills Library. Make sure you guys come down, even if it's for a little bit. Come and hang down and visit us. Sonny, what you got?
Those were all good choices except for Paul. I really appreciate you guys. Barney, thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you, brother. I'm gonna steal that $3,000 comic. You guys have
$3,000.
300.
Oh,
300.
There was 3,000 printed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean.
Sonny wasn't listening as per
He
usual.
was.
I was.
3,000 printed. It's worth 300. Yeah.
Love you guys. Have a good rest of your night.
Boom.
Later.
See you
Let's
next
go
week.
eat.
Later, everyone.
We're at a cheesy steak.
Chuck cheese.
Free hands.
Free high fives.